Thank you guys all for coming here. We've got a special ribbon cutting. We're so excited to have People's Bank and Trust here in town. Community Bank has been a long-standing business in this town, but it's exciting. And so there's a great new horizon ahead with People's Bank and Trust and their investment into Great Bend, and that means a lot. So with that, I want to introduce Tom Pruitt and just thank him, and we'll turn it over to you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, and welcome to People's Bank. Today we're celebrating the joining together of two organizations, Community Bank of the Midwest and People's Bank and Trust. And for over 25 years, Community Bank of the Midwest served Ellinwood, Great Bend, Otis, and Ness City. And they grew it, I think it's about 25 years, right, Brian, somewhere in there. And they grew it from, $3-4 million up to $225 million over that period of time. And I can tell you that you don't do that overnight, and you don't do it by providing poor banking services, and they did that. So it was interesting when Steve and Rick first called me in June of 2019, and we just began to talk about the possibilities of this. And it was soon after that conversation started that I realized here were two organizations that did community banking and felt about community banking in the very same way. And so we instantly knew that we could make this thing happen. And I'm so appreciative of the board of directors and the stockholders of Community Bank of the Midwest and their faith and trust in People's Bank, that we could take what they had started, what they had done so well for so long, and could then take it on into the future. So as we put these two organizations together, as we've done that now, what you can expect as a community is that you'll continue to have the same services that you've always had. But we also come in, it's kind of like a piece of birthday cake that's got great frosting on it. We just put a little extra frosting on it. So we now have trust services, a full realm of trust services. We've got farm management services, we have wealth management services, and we have access to, and Richard would know that as well as any, we have access to a full service real estate, a residential real estate lending department. And Richard and his crew and Chuck, they've already taken advantage of that and know the value of it, I think, as well. So the one thing that I think is very important is that, and I do want to make that, and it's already been brought up, the guy that used to sit in that office right there, he and Steve, I'll just tell you something I did the other day when Monday when we started our conversion. I went out and found Rick's gravesite and took a picture and sent it to Steve, and I felt like he would appreciate that because it was their aspiration to put this together. And to leave Rick out of that just wouldn't have been right. And so I credit him as well as Steve and the whole board and the stockholders for really allowing this thing to happen, and we're so appreciative of that. The other group that I just want to say thank you to is all of our staff of the whole organization. We had a $225 million in total assets organization. Now the organization is about a little over $950 million, and now in 16 locations throughout central Kansas. But I tell you what, if it hadn't been for the people in Ellinwood, Great Bend, and Otis and Ness City, and plus we've had people from Lyons, from Hutchinson, and of course McPherson, that have worked and planned and figured out the processes for. Well, we've been doing this since May. This last weekend, pulling that off and making that happen, and to do a conversion and a merger of this size and complexity just doesn't happen overnight. thank you so much for, again, the opportunity to come here today to celebrate. What a celebration we have. And again, the staff has sacrificed so much and given so much, and I just want to thank all of them for what they've done. But, you know, I think at this point, and I'll be done here, the one thing that's very important is that you understand what our core values are. Our core values are four. We work hard, we be honest, we have vision, and we build relationships. And using those four values then leads us to be able to impact the communities we serve. And so as an illustration, and you've got our commitment, and you're gonna see the way we impact communities with our banking services, our commitment to agriculture, to business, to the consumer, and all the different types of banking services we can provide. But one thing that we want to illustrate today, and I'm going to ask Brian and Chuck to come up, and Chuck is our branch president of Great Bend. Brian is our market president. And to illustrate the impact for our Great Bend community, I'd like to ask him to come up with an announcement and presentation. Okay.
Thanks, Tom.
Thanks, Tom, for that.
Me? Okay. Welcome, everybody. I'm so glad you're here. This is our exciting ribbon cutting for our transition from Community Bank to People's Bank. You see Chuck and I both have PBT shirts on now. We're official. And I think I'll let Chuck say what he wants to, but I'm very proud to be working for People's Bank and Trust, and I think our transition is going to be a wonderful thing for all of our communities that we serve. And so along those lines, we have some friends here from Claire Barton Hospital and Claire Barton Foundation. We would like to announce that we're going to make a donation to Claire Barton's clinic project here in Great Bend. There's upside down.
Thank you, Brian. This is just wonderful to be standing with you guys today. I can imagine that when you cut that ribbon in a few minutes, it's going to be so remarkable, and what a great feeling to know that you're going to be moving forward on a great journey. You can officially say that you have expanded into Great Bend and the other communities that you're serving. Claire Barton Hospital and Clinics is also sharing a message of expansion. We are expanding our clinic to McKinley Street here in Great Bend, and we are so excited. This gift from People's Bank and Trust will allow us to seamlessly integrate two clinics, our family practice clinic and our surgical clinic, into one spacious clinic. And our clinic is going to be so much bigger than what we have now over on Jackson Square. Sorry, I'm going to take this off. We'll have 18 exam rooms, 2 procedure rooms, and 1 lobby. People's Bank and Trust has adopted the lobby. I feel like it is such a perfect match for them because they want to build relationships. They want people to feel at home, just like you do in all of your lobbies in your banks. So we are so grateful to have this $25,000 as our lead donor to furnish our new clinic that will be on McKinley Street. This gift will have great impact on Great Bend, and it really is a showing of care and support for community. We are so grateful. We're so honored to be standing here with you today to receive this generous gift.